Hi guys, welcome back to Everyday English with Drea. Please take your seats and let's enjoy everyday English that helps with your everyday communication. In today's lesson, we're going to be discussing pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are used instead of nouns. And if you don't know what nouns are, you can go back to watch my previous videos on nouns. And from time to time, you'll hear me referring to my previous videos. That is because I started out with basic foundation parts of speech in English. And you'll realize that once you have the understanding of the different parts of speech, it will become so much easier for you to learn the English language. So please, if you haven't yet seen that video on nouns, you can go back to watch that video. There are many different kinds of pronouns. However, for today, we're going to be focusing on the basic pronouns. And the first is first person pronouns. And these refer to the speaker or the speaker and others. For example, I, me, my, mine, and myself refer to the speaker, whereas we, us, our, ours, and ourselves refer to the speaker and others. Let's take a look at an example of first person pronoun. Hi, I am Ben. Hi, my name is Jane. My favorite color is blue. I am 10 years old. In this example, both Ben and Jane are first-person speaker, and that is because they're both speaking about themselves. Hence, they use first-person pronouns I and my. Let's take a look at another example of first-person pronoun. In this example, Jane is the speaker, and she said, Joy is my friend. We walk to school every day. Instead of saying, Joy is Jane's friend, Joy and Jane walk to school every day, she replaced her name with my, and she replaced Joy and Jane with we. So in this case, Jane, who is the first speaker, is speaking about herself and others, who is Joy, so she replaced both Jane and Joy with the word we. Next, let's take a look at second person pronouns. These pronouns refer to person or persons being addressed. And those are you, your, yours, yourself, and yourselves. Now let's take a look at an example of second person pronoun. In this example, Jane is the speaker, which means Joy is the second person. And Jane asked Joy, Joy, what is your favorite color? And Joy responded, pink. So since Jane, who is the speaker, is addressing Joy, she used the word your. Now, let's take a look at third person pronouns. These pronouns are used when the speaker is making a statement about a third party. She, her, hers, herself. They, them, their, theirs, themselves. And he, him, his, himself. Let's take a look at an example of third person pronoun. In this example, Jane is the first person. She's having the conversation with Ben, who now becomes the second speaker. Jane is telling Ben Joy's favorite color. So Joy becomes the third person in this conversation. And that is why Jane said her favorite color is pink. Instead of saying Joy's favorite color is pink, Jane replaced the word joy with her. Now, let's try to rewrite some sentences using pronouns. My mother's name is Pamela. Pamela loves to eat apples, oranges, and grapes. Pamela enjoys watching series. Pamela does not have a favorite color. Pamela has two sisters. They love swimming. What is your mother's favorite color? I'll give you a few seconds to rewrite these sentences. If this is what you have, then indeed you are correct. My mother's name is Pamela. She loves to eat apples, oranges, and grapes. She enjoys watching series. She does not have a favorite color. Pamela has two sisters. They love swimming. What is your mother's favorite color? Since I am telling you about my mother, Pamela, Pamela becomes the third person in this conversation. I am the first person, and you, the viewers, are the second person in this conversation. That is why Pamela is replaced with the word she, which is the third person pronoun. Her sisters also replaced with they because they are also third person in this conversation. Now let's do a recap. We have Jane and Ben. If they're exchanging information about themselves with each other, then they're both first person. However, if Jane addresses Ben, Ben becomes the second person in this conversation. Likewise, if Ben asked Jane any information about Joy, Joy now becomes the third person in this conversation. Now that you have an understanding of what pronouns are, next time when you speak or even when you write, let's practice the use of pronouns. Thanks for watching Everyday English with Drea. Let's practice the use of pronouns until our next lesson.